Alright, so one last video. I have to prepare myself for the transition. I have to make something that doesn't sound as stupid as just two celebrities fighting. Seemingly just in my notes, but it's very elaborate, right? As I've shown, I prepared the song list. Basically, tune in. It took 5 days to just tune in and check the energy itself. I didn't even watch the videos, what they are proposing, what kind of ideas they give, or trying to check the vibe with the calculator, as with the YouTube Rewind style. It worked there because YouTube Rewind is not a person, it's just videos. You can check those out, but this stuff you have to craft. You have to craft even the storyline. And what I got was pretty cool, you know. Two things, basically. The extremes and the extreme middle of those extremes. Extreme combination, basically. Extreme separation and combination. It's like you can rule the world, or you can be unemployed and face that extreme problem of unemployment. Even if you do have a job, it's not like you're gonna have a job that you love. Even if you can actually become a YouTuber and still be technically unemployed, because you don't know what's gonna happen with YouTube. You don't know what you have built, even, because YouTube is not that stable to actually tell you what are you doing in the first place. This video is meant to be serious, and most importantly, I'm supposed to accelerate over time. So at the start, I'll just review what I actually did, and is what I'm doing right now. It seems dumb, and it might came out stupid, but I really wanted this fight to go on, so I can prove myself at least that Rebecca can actually challenge Taylor, and it's worth checking out what's gonna happen next year. What is she gonna do next year? Is she gonna be able to keep up? Or is she gonna start Sweetheart tier music venue? I will try. I already actually claimed my big bucks or whatever. And it's an express thing. So hopefully I get actually paid today, and I can actually join Rebecca's Discord and see what's up. It feels so stupid because I'm such a rude person, right? I immediately reject myself. It's like I cannot go in someone else's Discord and actually get a nice conversation. That's impossible because I'm a super rude person. But man, I'm even rude against myself a little bit. And I actually lost hope, and in terms of feelings, I shouldn't do that to myself. I should feel good about myself and not allow other people to actually trash me, right? And it's not like I'm rude to other people. I'm actually just testing whether they want to build themselves up or just they're wasting their own time trying to make a conversation when they don't even want to do that. They're just, you know, occupying space, breathing in my ears, basically, and pretending that's a conversation. It's bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit on the internet, and I think this will help us put everything together. I'm not sure how to put it together. I'll just say life, because you literally dedicate your life towards a certain goal. A goal just captures you. And it is a pyramid thing, meaning that as you go up in tier, you're actually becoming more rare of a person. Right? And you actually are more invested into life and have a better, like, more powerful version of life that rarely happens to other people. And the first thing I'm gonna tell you is effort. The most scariest word ever, and you wouldn't know what that actually means until I actually figure out what those tiers are. And what are you putting effort into? What are you trying to claim? Because even if it looks very nice to have like a car or a nice girlfriend, you actually might be conquering the lowest tier there could ever be. You could have the least, the smallest goals anyone could think of, right? And the most common ones as well, right? I just want expensive things and a lot of money and a good job. All these little things that I'm uncomfortable on. And it's technically a trap, right? Effort to avoid traps will tear you up. So what are those tiers? I already put down back in the past breeders and creators. However, creators don't satisfy me. It's almost like I cannot be a part of a group where I don't feel accepted even anyways. A group that sort of can exploit each other and doesn't have to create relationships necessarily, can actually go against what breeders would do, and like, you know, you're seeking for a partner kind of viciously, and for a good partner, or at least what you think is good, because you will never actually define what is good, and you just follow feelings, whatever, right? But then you have the creators who actually go against making relationships, and you will find that on YouTube relationships are still pretty rare. Even PewDiePie can make jokes about like, oh, I'll break my marriage and I'll marry some stupid character from a meme that's popping up. I don't know. But I take these jokes very seriously. You know? I take it as like, I don't respect my own relationship type of joke. I would never do that, honestly. If I had a relationship, I would actually respect it. So because of all these trends, I have to go one step forward and actually align the clock, the tier clock, with the tiers that I've actually described already. So creators would be higher than breeders. What comes next then? And even one after that. I mean, I call my audience ninjas, so might as well, right? The creator of creators. Might as well. We'll figure this out. But now it's kind of obvious that breeders are like the lowest tier you can get. If all you care about is just, you know, it's even shallow to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. You know what you're trying to do. You only care about dating websites. You only care about looking good and attractive. You only care about sort of being a good human being, but not really. Just popular enough to feel like you are attractive. And it's like everything is feeding into the same need, basically. Which we're trying so hard to actually prevent that from manifesting as an intention. It's like, but I don't want to just have sex, you know. What the fuck are you talking about? You know, that is probably the biggest sin that breeders have, is like try to escape their own stupidity, basically, when they cannot just admit they're stupid and then like actually make a choice whether they want to escape it or not. Now they're just like, you know, if you say you're a breeder, you would actually offend them, but they would not change at all, right? It's like, so basically they're fighting each other almost for the sake of entertainment, or themselves, almost for the sake of entertainment, but it's so difficult. Will they ever understand what they're doing? I mean, can you even communicate with breeders? And it's probably 70% of the population, so it's pretty insane. You're gonna bump into them, and if they have power over you, somehow, some magical ways, they have power over you, which they don't. It's just there are certain situations where they can, you know, do whatever they want with you because they just got the opportunity, right? The tools. I have a sledgehammer. I can punch you in the face with the sledgehammer, smash you in the head. Wow, what an opportunity, right? Obviously, you have to be aware that that's gonna hurt. So you do not mess with the breeder with a sledgehammer. Fuck this shit. But it doesn't mean that they're stronger. It's just that they have an opportunity, and that's about it. Right? To take out a ninja, if you're stupid ninja, I mean, sorry, you're gonna be teared down very quickly. You can't be stupid. So if we go one step forward, and now we're exploring YouTube space, and now we're exploring space where you actually have to be invested in English, because I don't know, breeders actually allow themselves not to know foreign language, which is dominating the world. Like, holy shit, that is negligence of education at this point. Even if they like meme around or quote something that they like, whatever, you know, inspirational quotes in English, but they neglect the language or ability to communicate and expand their just language, just communicate for the sake of language, for whatever, right? It doesn't matter who I am, right? But if you reject me, you're probably rejecting a lot of things as well. I fucking hate being rejected, but it's like, at this point, I'm just the best ninja ever. I have to take the other side of the coin and feel good about myself, whatever happens. Like, you can't help it. Anything that happens in your life, you have to feel good about it. You just can't fucking help it. because it's not your fault most of the time. 80% of the time, whatever bad happens, it's not your fault. 20% of the time, you have the ability to actually take the blame. So you have to choose carefully, okay? Choose carefully. I guess it's worth putting it's not your fault. Whatever happens. I have a collection, basically, and I should expand this collection. Just sweet stuff that you can learn. But every single time this sort of pops up, it's a sweet candy to know about reality. And I know, again, girls like to put up sweet things in descriptions of pictures or whatever. It would be interesting to actually pick the candy and rate how sweet it is. It's actually sometimes difficult. Celebrities actually don't do that. Celebrities actually avoid these sweet shit things because they have some kind of weird ego to express creativity. I don't know. When they don't have it, especially, that's annoying. I would rather have that, because that's something you can actually judge, and it's not their creation, which you wouldn't even allow breeders to create anything anyway, so you can sort of now justify how stupid they are. It's so weird. Anyways, so as we move to the creator level, what are the trends? What are they fighting for? Are they fighting for money as well? And fame? And all the things that breeders already do? But just a little bit more? Or is there something completely different now? And creators actually care about their passion? Because, I mean, I cared about creators. I really did. Until I felt like I transcended that. And I don't want to be a part of it anymore. It's like at the end of this year, I'm like a Joker type. I'm a second tier. And nobody even noticed that. Nobody even celebrates that shit. I'm so far in rejection that I'll just probably pop in somewhere in the other end of existence, and people are gonna be like, oh, this guy's smart, let's listen to this guy, just because I'm gonna be, uploading videos on another place where people rarely upload videos. I don't know. That's what I expect. Please don't judge me. My expectations are not 100% clear. But I played card games. I played Skyrim. I play games. I know what to expect. I expect to die and lose most of the time. But every single time I lose, I pick up some new skills and try again. And just keep on playing. I don't care. I don't even expect to win anymore, because at some point you just invent your own game. The longer you play, you just invent your own game, and sometimes you just want to quit. So I'm quitting YouTube for exactly this reason. It's like, well, it's fun making a video that's super low production and nobody's gonna like it. Nobody's even gonna click on it. And it's super fun, except I need to evolve out of this because the platform is just scary. And that's all you need to know, really, about YouTube. Is it scary? Yep. Scary. And it should scare you away. Just like a crow is scared out of incoming human being. Oh, human is coming. Let's run. Just for the sake of safety, okay? You don't want your channel to be deleted? Let's just go somewhere else. Somewhere it's less cold, for example. Where maybe nobody cares you except, people freely share whatever the fuck they want. I mean, that's blockchain technology that we're supposed to use already. At least split our interests. If we are trying to create a channel, split our interests, and maybe even upload in 2 places at once and see what happens. Just for the sake of how scary YouTube is now. Yeah, that's all I needed to hear is like, we are gonna go against hate speech. No. No, you're not gonna do that, YouTube. You're not. Because, that is basically going against the future. Because future is hate speech. It's dealing with future, basically. It's dealing with 2.0, the 2000 on the clock. It's full of hate. But with all the hate that comes your way, every single time is like advice to do something, to advance one step forward. You are level 5, and every level 6 person now hates you. You're level 6, and now every level 7 person hates you. But you can always like look back and like, oh, everybody from below loves you or something. Maybe they don't. Maybe you have to love yourself for a long time until anything happens. I don't know, it's very hard to tear up. It's very hard to be a ninja eventually. You have to be like naturally hated and naturally talented and naturally wanting to achieve something more than what other people want to achieve. So, and also there's obviously a trend. Sometimes like the world rejects you, so I get rejected from these 2 tiers, I have to get to the 3rd one, or the 2nd from the top. So, and now that I, experience the tearing up, maybe I will want to go all the way up and figure out what this thing is. God tier. That would be pretty cute. Or a cat tier, if you're Taylor Swift, because she's probably sitting on the top. It's probably whatever the fuck you want tier at this point. It's just, I'm saying ninjas because it covers so many names and things. I've already like, it's not any monster type, it's not any personality type necessarily, even though it is kind of introverted-ish. But it's, even Logan Paul can be called a ninja, and he's sort of introverted as well. I mean, that's crazy, right? Can Jake Paul be called a ninja? I mean, I mean, he would like to, I guess, to call himself that way. It's the most lovable fucking word ever, I would say. Lovable tag. So how does it transcend from creators? I haven't even covered creators anyways. I've been watching creators long, and I've been waiting and sitting and hoping that something will happen. But creators don't give a fuck about their audience. They just don't give a fuck. And when you think about like, okay, they care about their passion, they care about their work, they care about their fans to some degree, but they always gonna look at their fans as something they can profit from. A ninja cannot profit from their fans. Ninja is always under threat of in every angle imaginable. It's like they can't just ignore their fans. The reason why PewDiePie is here too is because he at least has his own Reddit, you know. He has to react to the memes that are floating around. He's at least a little bit subjected to what fans gonna think about him and what's gonna, you know. He's kind of reacting to the news posts. I don't know. I just think he's subjected quite a bit. And he has no escape because half of his content is just interacting with fans, with fan content, and whatever is popular in the first place. And half of the trends he is making in the first place, but by playing Minecraft or something else. So yeah, he's up there. He's not exactly creator tier, even though he, you know, could be lower. I just like to put him on a Joker tier. Yeah, you can say Joker actually, but that is just a card name. So no. This is a different way to put it together. Ace, Joker. I suppose that's, and then tens. Because like these are the breeders. These are the ones who like numbers so much and attraction. I am such a 10. Oh my god. You're not a queen or a king. Queen or a king. God damn it. And it's not like I cannot say it. It's just there's nothing fun about mixing letters in this case. But this one fits very well. This whole thing fits very well. And I have no idea what this represents still. What are the aces of the world? Who are they? These god tiers. It really feels like a god tier because you're just sitting on top of a reality. You can do whatever you want, but sometimes you allow yourself to obey too much just to keep this tier. I don't know. It's a weird one. Alright. We haven't even talked about creators yet, but I'm trying. So yeah. They follow the passion, but they cannot care about the fans. They just can't. They see the comments and it's like, yay, cool. The best they can do now is like create a Discord channel and maybe interact to some degree. But what I would do is I would go way deeper than that. Right? So this is where Antwinner would sit. And I was like, okay, I want to be a community manager. Because this is fun, right? There's so many interesting people coming in and out. I want to be secured in a place where I can manage this community and maybe even get paid for it. Because that's a pretty important job. To actually keep people entertained and excited about being a part of something, you know, super cool, super big. But Antwinner was like, nah, I just make videos. So I just need an editor and I don't care about anything else. And my editor is gonna speak for me as well and decide what I want. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? You know, I don't like this. This is not my level. of interaction at this point. And again, it's like hard work has nothing to do with tearing up. It's almost like a frustration that you cannot relate to these people. If you're super horny, you can probably relate now to the fact that you just want to go out there, meet a bunch of people, and do a bunch of X stuff that I'm not supposed to mention, even way beyond my comprehension, right? As a virgin, after all, like, fuck this shit. I can't. If you're a virgin, basically 70% of the people are gonna reject you. It's like, you don't exist anymore. You're not a breeder. Get the fuck out of my face. That's what's up right now. That's just the reality. You're probably some kind of creator. They're gonna make that kind of assumption, and well, they're not wrong. They're definitely not right. At this point, I am higher level than creator level, and so we're figuring out what creators do. They take care of passion, they take care of, the little projects, and they kind of focus on that and believe that that's what the audience wants, or they try to like tailor that to the audience so they do like it. So it's kind of like a trade-off, basically. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do what I like, but I'll listen to the audience, but I'm not gonna like pick anything from the audience. I'm not even gonna pick anyone to help me. Maybe I'll ask for opinions or whatever. It's just a very basic interaction that I cannot accept it at this point. It is just basic creator shit. Creator. Yeah, you can have some basic relationship, but you're not like actively looking for a relationship as well. It almost like compromises your work at the same time, and it would take way too much time off your hands anyways. And the moment you are starting to look for a partner, it's like, well, if you're an established creator, you will probably easily find one, or you will have a hard time looking for one, so you'll just pick whatever's available for you. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's actually for them fairly easy to find things that they need to find. And again, they're gonna cater to the audience. They also want to be attractive and popular, but they just simply don't use that popularity. They just don't waste it, right? They're trying to build something. It's like creating a business at this point. They use that popularity for profit instead of like waste it to just have someone's heart and lifetime for a lifetime. It's like, okay, just to marry someone. And marriage is like super bondage. Now we're stuck with each other for a lifetime. That's what marriage is. It's nothing special at all. Of course, gays can bond with each other. Of course, you can marry a fucking pillow. And it's probably even easier to marry a pillow than marry a human being, so maybe marriage shouldn't even be considered if it's that easy. Okay? Pillows, inanimate objects, please don't do that. They can't consent, so what the fuck are you even talking about? If we have problems like with marriage, we should figure out what the definition is, first and foremost. But then people realize, oh, we're actually not having problem with definition, we're just having problem with attitude. People feel bad about something, and we have to make them feel even worse, by introducing a trend of like you are sexist and homophobe, whatever. But again, those trends don't go up to the creator level at all. Creators just laugh at those things. They reference those things as like, breeder world type of bullshit. And yeah, and just very simple. So what and how do you tear up? What goes on in this next tier, and how do you tear up in the first place? How do you even get up there? Because recognizing that there are breeders and creators is just kind of obvious, and I had to make this distinction, and like, of course I'm a part of creators. And now that I'm like, wait, I'm transcending that again, there's another distinction. There's someone even higher than creators. And obviously I imagined creators to be like super influential and amazing force in the world. It's not like I'm wrong. It's just, it's a very manipulative world where almost like creators don't exist. And that's where ninjas try to fix the problem. So we are looking at tier ups as problem solving. Yet again, as simple as that, is problem solving. And obviously now that I'm at tier 2, almost the highest tier, I will question myself. Don't I just want the best life possible ever? Just to get the best life possible. Not a millionaire, not anything you would think special, but I would think special indeed. Because I know what's the next step. I went all the way up here. I will always know what the next step is. Right? You wouldn't know. Unless you're a creator, you can at least understand like, okay, I went one step forward, so that's how it feels like. I feel like this guy is smart. He might be above me. So maybe you can understand something like that. But again, creators like 20% of population. Geniuses are probably 7%, and then you have 3% way up there. Maybe it's even more skewed. But I wouldn't want to do that to the world and like skew everything up too badly. I'd say there's a pretty genuine opportunity for a lot of people to be like super powerful. This is where real power comes from. Even if you killed off and replaced simply because you don't follow someone's rules or whatever, and your power didn't actually defend you, which is super awkward. But just like the death of Jesus or something, like this, it's not easy to kill something, and it might just ricochet, basically create a ripple effect, and it's gonna, karmic ripple, whatever. You wouldn't want to touch these people at this point. You might want to test me, whether I care about you, and whether you can actually steal my care. That would be a fun test to do. So, why would ninjas be the next tier? And how do you get up there? Have I been creator long enough to like realize what is going on? Because I haven't needed to interact with fans either. Yes, I did not have them but that's kind of how it works anyways. You're not supposed to interact with your fans, and it worked, right? But you would want to so badly. Regardless of what blocks you from doing that, as long as you hold on to a problem and you want to solve it so badly, you realize you have to go up and figure out something else, some kind of new settlement of power where you haven't been satisfied with the state of things, so you're like smart enough in the group of people, you're smart enough, and it's probably knowledge that brings you up. Because if you're not willing to learn, you're going to be stuck at breeder level, and you're going to be stuck controlled by basic urges, right? You will always be like, oh, shiny, and chase that thing, and you won't care of how it works or what it does in your life besides I like it and it works and it helps me, find other things that I like, and you just surround yourself with stuff that you like, and nothing really special happens that would challenge you to think and solve problems. What problems would breeders would want to solve in order to become creators? Well, boredom. I think boredom is the first and foremost and the most basic problem ever. You just have to solve boredom. Ability to be alone as well, instead of having this ability to control your urges, right? In case you can't get what you want, right? If you can't get what you want, you have to be very creative and have to find a replacement immediately. And that's why we have a creator tear. People have been lonely, and maybe misunderstood and rejected, all these things, and they have been able to create something for themselves so they can control these urges. They don't have to be in this bottom tier. They can go up and entertain people, and they're very much respected. But now, I was more than that, it means. There was something even worse going on. It's not just rejection, maybe it's complete ignorance, and just that. It felt like nothing is effective of what I'm doing. Nothing is effective. So I cannot be creator for the people if what I create isn't going to be effective. And it has to be effective to the point where I enjoy it, right? I enjoy getting as much feedback as I enjoy making whatever. And it evolves slowly, and I can just keep doing the same thing sort of and invest into it. But it did not happen because simply I had too many holes. It's more like you become a creator when you have a simple hole to fill in. Like you have been alone for a long time, and you figure out how to break down loneliness, or you have been bored and you figure out how to break down boredom. Maybe you felt like out of place, you build up a talent to impress people, right? And get the attention that you want. I don't know. You just made a one breakthrough and you became a creator. But when you have to break reality over and over again, that is way next level. And that is way harder to do. And this is why I'm constantly struggling every fucking day. Because what I'm supposed to do, I'm bored and lonely. I have to deal with a mental person. I have to deal with a lot of people who don't recognize that I might be talented, or that I want to be talented, or that I can't live life like this. It's just I'm crippled in every way imaginable, so I have to deal with incredible holes. What can be worse than that? And can I actually go all the way up? And who gets up there anyways? This sounds crazy now. Okay. Well, you literally have to be on the edge of death, which sort of feels like maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I even want to know. But right now this is that perfect video when I have to make those conclusions happen. Right? So could have my life installed so much, so many bad things that I can't relax a single day, and I have to improve myself all the way through, and I can't even be a ninja. I have to be something way higher than that. And what would that even look like? So I have collected a few aces to look at, right? Across this weird new thing that I was doing. I've already introduced them, basically. Or the girls only. It's the girls only club. And it makes me feel like a little piece of shit breeder. Because I'm back to being attracted to girls. Oh my god. I do feel like my first partnership is gonna be a girl for some reason. And yet everything seems to like be easily collapsible simply because I chose this strict definition, right? But at the same time, right now, it's so hard to find a role model that's a guy that would be an ace as well. I couldn't have found it. I just found some jokers and put them in my deck, and that's it. I'm not exactly even sure what that's all about. And I only found 4 aces for myself, and I don't think you need more as well. And it's almost like your opinion. It's not like Rebecca Black is an ace. It's more like Taylor Swift is an ace, but Rebecca Black has the opportunity to become an ace for sure. Right? That's what's up. So she's not exactly an ace. It's more like a ace of hearts. She's ace in my heart, okay? No problem. You're allowed to play by the rules, basically. And make one ace up. One bluff. Just because you love it so much. Still getting distracted by my mom. It's crazy. Oh, God. I think there is that fourth there. And I was able to actually, like, taste it of what it feels like when reality doesn't feel real anymore. When everything is like, whoa. You touch the matrix of like, oh fuck. Is this the craziest thing ever? And it's almost like I want to bring it back. It's like the sleepless nights, yeah. Or the sleepless days, rather. Where you just randomly go outside and everything feels like revolves around you and you're just scared of everything. It's crazy what happens. And I relate that to the last tier that you can go up to. As a ninja, I'm just like, okay, maybe I'll make some friends. Maybe I'll make a community. Maybe I'll solve some problems. And allow creators to manifest. More creators, you know. That's what ninja is supposed to do, is like make an engine for creators to play with and make content and attach to, right? For ninjas, creators are just little kids that are playing in their playground. That's what's up, right? That's why I sort of transcended that a long time ago. I just couldn't really accept that because I didn't put it together yet. But similarly, ninjas would be playing in the playground of those higher tier people. And technically I do feel like I'm playing something, especially now that I have aces. I'm sort of realizing if I put that one step forward, there's no escape. I would have to be popular. So basically, you realize that you need all those things that everyone else has. You need to break through and gather all these resources. As a ninja, you sort of like relax and like, okay, I don't necessarily need a good life. I will like manifest a good life. But if you have really been broken by life and reality was not real for you, you will need everything to restore peace for yourself. And that's what is gonna force you to become an ace. Can I become an ace? I don't even want to think about that. Because it's like a super need for every resource imaginable. And you actually can justify that need. Can you believe? It's like, I want that car. Super fast car. But I actually need that. I don't just want it because I like it. I actually need this fucking car. You don't understand, right? And you see that about like big mansions and big fucking parties that you're throwing. I don't know. All these things that a normal person would be like, why are you doing this? But no, you can actually justify everything you're doing that is over the top crazy. It's like presidential level top control. I need to control the country. But it's like, yeah, you do feel that super urge because like you have to spread your message or your belief because you've crafted it for so fucking long. And everyone should know about this. While ninjas sort of relax and they take popularity as a little bit of a cringe. And I'm talking about the popularity that where you do control other people's lives based on what you're doing, of what you choose to need, because whatever you need, and you most importantly need popularity to address that need, right? And to get what you need, it's like, well, I need a very, very good calculator, let's say, and I need this, and like, you almost like turn into like Ultra Baby, because whatever you need, humanity has to provide to you. And humanity has to observe what are you doing when you get that thing. And just, it's crazy. You literally go back to recreate a perfect childhood for yourself just to feel comfortable about life. That's how crazy it is. That's how traumatized you have been, and like you have fought for it for a long time until you went all the way tear up. And now you can live comfortably. Finally! Right? When the whole fucking humanity is like putting you in the most comfortable place ever, then you can feel good about yourself. Fuck yeah. I'm on the edge right now. I don't know if I want to be a ninja. God damn. that other thing that goes all the way up there feels very good, and it's one of those things. Do you deserve it? You know, do you really have a clean mind, and like, you really good person to get all of these things that you sort of need? Because again, that's what's gonna guarantee that you're gonna get it. If I feel like I don't actually need popularity, I'm not gonna get it, because I'm not even fighting for it that hard. I'm not using every trick in the book to get popularity. And the way I'm like presenting these videos right now would make you think that I actually don't need popularity. And I'm starting to think that this is gonna shift over time, and you will see a completely different picture in a few years now. Because I might have been on the edge of my fucking seat of life, and now will fucking demand that you obey what the fuck I'm talking about in some weird ways. Very weird ways. Very weird content, right? If I just stay here and I feel comfortable making these videos, I will just be in the ninja level, right? Collecting incredible amount of knowledge and confidence, but not enough confidence to be where like, I need popularity, I need everyone to fucking hear this. This is fucking important. There might be a breakthrough in anyone's work, right? In any creator's work, or any breeder's work, right? A breakthrough when they just feel like, okay, maybe I need to switch. But if you're doing it over time, and you know what you're building up to, and right now, like, I'm getting to know what the next tier is. I'm getting to know what it means to tier up. You know, I already collected aces. I know people that are up there, and that might already operate on that system, right? Of like, I really need those things. And, you know, I might need to go up there just to relate to them in the first place, because I feel so related to them. That's what it feels like, right? It's the need to satisfy yourself, finally. Because if you cannot satisfy, as long as you cannot satisfy your entire life purpose, you will be dragging yourself upwards and upwards and all the way up. You just can't fucking help it. And spit on the people who you can't just fucking relate to, and they feel like trash whenever you attempt to relate to them, whatever that might be. Okay, whatever that might fucking be. So, with that rant aside, which is not a rant, I'm just literally trying to figure out stuff. I'm talking to myself. It's not a rant. Why would I rant against myself? Jesus. If I was upset about YouTube, that would be a rant. But I'm not. I'll just leave. Fuck it. If I was upset about my conditions of life, that would be a rant. But if you're stuck in a rant form, that means you still have hope, I guess. That means people still listen to you, or you're just comfortable ranting. And that's another maybe indication that I don't actually belong in the Joker position. Because Joker is like, again, the moment Joker is given popularity, and that's exactly how you can figure out who's an ace and who's a Joker. Is like, you try and give popularity to a Joker, and they're gonna be like, no, I don't need that. I don't actually like it, popularity or whatever. They're gonna start saying those things, and you will understand, like, okay, Kripparrian doesn't need popularity, nor PewDiePie doesn't need popularity. Like, PewDiePie constantly says, like, I would rather like that I can actually control my fan base or whatever. So you don't need popularity, right? If you can't handle it or whatever. And most importantly, in a metaphorical sense, a Joker doesn't want popularity because he's sort of doing itsy bitsy crimes here and there, and the moment you compile those crimes together, they can't dodge a sledgehammer at that point. So they definitely don't want to be super popular, okay? Even if they might have great numbers or something. So that's a very simple test you can make to check if someone's an ace or not. Now, with that in mind, a whole new world opens up, because now you see the tiers, perhaps, and that's a thing. Now what? Maybe I have spoiled something too much. It's annoying because the world loves to hide itself, so the moment you reveal some kind of knowledge, things start shifting around and slipping through your fingers. I don't know, it just kind of feels that way. You have to keep in mind, but sometimes things stay the same regardless if they are exposed or not. We'll see. I just like to test myself whether the knowledge is like super stable. Obviously it's gonna be stable for a long time. What could possibly change? Now, the thing that can change is like how difficult, I guess, it is. Because the knowledge level always increases and you have to always be innovative. I don't know. But obviously, the more you establish yourself, the longer you're gonna hold on to that rank or tier. So that's another thing, really. There's a lot to explore, basically, as I've started exploring the world and collecting aces. I mean, that's pretty cool. We'll see what happens this year. And I won't be on YouTube to share my experience anymore, because there's no point. There's no point in sharing anything. Even my ray tracing engine, which I'm gonna be creating, I probably won't make games for people. I'll just make some games for myself, because now it's like super expensive engine for me. Fuck it, you know. I'm gonna be greedy on this one. A lot of people are not greedy, and they feel like, oh, I can just release whatever the fuck I want. I have to be a little bit greedy and make it exclusive content if I make anything at all, if I'm motivated to do that. And sort of am. It's in the back of my mind. It's getting prepared. Just not sure what I'm gonna do with that engine once it's prepared. I want to experiment a few things. Maybe I'll definitely tease people. There's just no point in like not doing that. You want to get those reactions as an ace, especially. Holy shit. I still need perhaps a name replacement. Maybe it fits here anyways, I'm not sure. For now it's an ace. Alright. Yep. 80% of the time it's not your fault, but 20% of the time you have to agree with what you've learned and satisfy yourself instead of being a zombie and like dragging everyone down because you're in the wrong place. There's a little bit of fighting that you have to do, and that fighting doesn't feel bad at all. I don't think. It actually feels exciting because eventually you're gonna get to meet people that you can relate to, finally, and love. most importantly. And love, I don't know what it is about love, but I think in every single tier, men have them dicks and women have them holes. And it just feels wholesome to meet a woman if you're a man in any tier. I'm just trying to justify myself, okay? Why am I attracted to ace women and not men? I don't even know who ace men are. Okay? I don't know. I'm not interested. That's the whole fucking point. But it's way beyond the breeding needs. It's way beyond creator needs as well now. Like, you wouldn't actually take a pop star and be like, oh, that's a creator. No. YouTubers are creators. Yeah. And back in the day, you know, book writers, movie makers, songwriters, sort of. But the stardom level, it's kind of hard to put them down to creator level as well. That's why it's easy to find aces up there. They're just busier than creators, even. They're almost like so busy that they live in their own high production thing that they're trying to release. Anyways. Obviously, tearing up doesn't guarantee that you're getting all these things, because you have to wait until you're in the right tier, and then you start to accumulate. When you're comfortable, when you've settled, right? And before you settle, you have to collect knowledge and tier up, right? First, you figure out how far you want to go. Then you build a fucking house. Then you start accumulating value. So that's why I'm fucking poor and virgin, hopeless in the world. But it's not like nothing is happening, right? I'm sitting in the same place and nothing is happening, no value is being created for some reason. No, it's because I might just be continue to pilgrim around, right? Forward. God damn, why such good things like Skyrim and maybe Hearthstone, maybe? People copy card games right now. It's hopefully it's still a trend to create card games. But like HuniePop, it's almost there. It's second version, but it's not there. People just so terrible at creating sequels. I don't understand. It's the worst thing. That's why you need to become an ace, so people can start making good sequels again. God fucking damn it. Why do you like something and you just have to let it go? You know? But you cannot let it go because Frozen 2 sucks too. So, what is the other meme then? Which you can use? God damn it. Sequels suck. Alright. And it sucks simply because, well, if you did something good, why can't you make it just teeny tiny better? Why do you have to create something fresh from the start and then attempt to succeed or fail when you already succeeded? Nobody understands that. Nobody can actually justify that. But yet that behavior still exists. I do not understand. So, maybe I should put it on the stalemate as like one of those middle things that are missing, perhaps. I don't know. It's super high up there. Sequels suck. Why the fuck there are 4 of them now? Things that I'm not supposed to even touch or dream about changing. God damn it. Right. Well, that was a long hour. I think I covered all the points I wanted to cover. I'll try and go to sleep. Yeah, basically, all I needed to do to test the video is like, can I sleep on it? Can I feel satisfied now? Same goes with the life tears. Like, if you feel satisfied, then you don't have to tear up. If you don't feel satisfied with your life, you gotta go all the way up. Because that's when life basically revolves around you and makes sure that you can actually live. You basically breathe life at this point. There's nothing but life everywhere. Everything works for you. So it's super easy. Super easy. And all you really need to be an ace is like decent amount of popularity. Right? So that you're heard every single time you say something. You're heard. Eventually, at least. And you get a response. You're forcing people to like listen to you every single time you do something. Everything you want, you force people to hear you out. And then ninjas get together and figure out what you just say and decompile your message or whatever. And the creators can spread it around to clueless people who just want to figure out what is the newest trend. And here you go. Pyramid decompiled as well. I guess ninjas just make memes. Let's just put it that way. That will make it easier for me to understand who the fuck I am right now. I'm just Creeper Aw Man. I mean, I made so many memes by now. Who the fuck knows at this point? It's just too many. And if those memes are not becoming memes, then I might as well not be satisfied and tear up as well. That's a good reason. By the way, it's not 2,000. What the fuck? These are all 1-1s. Because it's water. There are just 4 numbers here. What the fuck? What was I thinking? Okay. Alright, I think I'm satisfied. I have drained the swamp. I'm figuring out what this is. And I know this year is gonna be pretty cool because I'm gonna be exploring. What just happened? I think I just tiered up to ninja level. I always like, okay, ninjas do this and that and this, and I have always been traumatized enough and I'm not satisfied enough. Now I'm just will question myself over and over whether I need popularity or not. And then we'll figure out what the next step is. Because it's not like, it doesn't matter whether you get popularity or not. It's the fact when you actually need it and you use it constantly to satisfy yourself, that's the whole point, right? That's when you become an ace. So it doesn't matter. The popularity doesn't matter in this case. But you still have very, very high influence as a ninja because you will create memes, right? So when people poke or just look at you, you immediately throw something at them that they have to chew on. And mostly creators, again, are going to respond to that very quickly because they will feel like, oh, that clicks to them. That sends a very, very long and tedious message, but through just one simple meme. Now their brain lights up and creates all these weird interactions That's how powerful ninjas are, right? They don't have to directly interact with creators. They can just create their own world where they can live in and do whatever the fuck they want. But with a few memes, they can just impact very quickly. Just smash creator in the face with a few memes. It's easy. If they get challenged, let's say, right? Yeah, just like an ace can actually punch me in the face right now with the popularity. That's literally, the ultimate weapon. It's like you think you can handle my powers? And they just send a message to me. And now I'm popular because they wanted me to feel what popularity feels like. And it's very hard to escape that sort of fire that you just have been set on fire. What are you gonna do now, boy? That is pretty hard for a ninja, right? Ninja just got naked and exposed. Nowhere to run. Whoops. Game over. That's why aces actually are stronger in that sense. And maybe I would want to be one. Just because I feel the threat of being exposed and how it might hurt. I don't know. Maybe I want to expose a bunch of ninjas that have been kicking my ass this whole time. Anyways, we'll see. Maybe this is the end of the video. Maybe. Oh, and you bet that people at this level, they brag about being Illuminati. It's like Poppy. But does Poppy need popularity? Nope. Of course not. Because she's not gonna break her character. She's just gonna be Poppy. Hi, I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy. And she's not gonna be popular because she's not gonna be herself, right? She's not gonna be able to use popularity, basically. She's not gonna be able to send a message because it's like, oh, that's just sarcasm. She doesn't mean what she says, right? So she's never gonna be serious, meaning that she's never gonna be sending a message in the first place. She's gonna be acting, basically. Everything is gonna be interpreted as acting. So it's like, what's up, right? Illuminati, I'm part of Illuminati. That's what ninjas are, basically. A part of that secret organization where we don't use popularity. Because we don't need to. We just feel good about our memes, basically. We live in a meme culture in there. That's what's up. Hearthstone is pretty cool memes, so you can be a Joker, but not an ace. Nope. It's gonna be very tough if I am tearing up. And it does feel like that because I'm constantly like, at least starting to justify why I need popularity and what kind of messages I would send. So I'm starting to build up those things. But if I really want popularity, then I would be literally like, Dear Ariana Grande, and send a video. Just like that. Just like, straight up. That's probably what's gonna happen in the end of the next year. It's gonna be one of those, Dear someone. And maybe a few of those. Just to be clear that I am sending a message here. And maybe it's gonna be high production because I might realize you cannot dodge that anymore. You have to put a lot of effort into this. Because it's like you have to compile it because I've already started in the first place, right? I've already started making the video. God damn it. Yeah, I'm realizing that the Zach Show guy, the Zach himself, he is kind of a Joker level as well. I mean, he's interacting with stars and all that shit, but he's not like a star himself. He doesn't actually need popularity. he might think that, but you have stuff to say, but you don't have stuff to say. So you don't need popularity. It's like they come to your show, but they use, I don't know what's going on at this point. They just use it as like, okay, this is an interview. We just spend time. It's like, I have time to spend time, but I don't have time to not spend time to do what I'm doing right now. It's like, just make a video. Stars wouldn't have time for that shit. It's impossible. Aces. I guess these are stars. Like actual stars. Not creators. Okay. Nope. And definitely not breeders. Not your typical breeders. I mean, they don't spend time searching for a partner, okay? If you're a star, you're actually looking for something else, which is another star. That's about it. Hollywood, huh? Is that all you got? Until America opens up and like forces people to use English if they want to get tier up, it's not gonna be that simple, actually. I'm not exactly sure what's going on right now. I just know English and I'll stay that way. I might have to create my own language if I want to be a star. Whoops, and my own culture and all these things, which I'm starting to do. The only question is like, will I need popularity for that? That's the only question that I will constantly ask. Do I need it? Because I'm gonna get it at some point. You know, I'm gonna buy it, and it's gonna buy into me. If I did it right, if I did it properly and I actually need it, you know? That's the whole point. Everything proves itself eventually, but gotta put it together. Gotta put that effort in and prove yourself what you actually need to be satisfied with. I'm not sure if that's a big of a mystery or these are just simple first essential steps that you do in life. I have no idea yet. Only until it's resolved can I start talking about what it is. Oh boy. Can't wait for things to happen anytime now. I mean, someone can still capture me as a Joker, right? If they want to, like, because I probably will transcend a country. People can still capture me in my home country, for example, and be like, oh, idolize me, like I'm a smart guy and I can give them value, secretly almost, because I will never need popularity anyways, so they can steal it from me. Who cares? I wouldn't care anyways, right? I'm just happy giving up things and being important in their lives. That's the whole point of being a ninja, right? You have picked up so many amazing skills and everyone likes you. I wonder why. Because they're stealing popularity. What are you doing? Stop it. So yeah, technically everyone is stealing PewDiePie's popularity then, if he's not an ace. And that makes sense most of the time. Okay. Seems legit. Yeah. Even news media loves PewDiePie. They can steal his popularity so easily. I don't know. It just feels so weird. But when you look at the Joker as like a, you know, role model, and someone you will pick skills from, you will not give up like the attention. You're not gonna be distracted by anything else. You're just gonna keep on looking at them and learning, as long as there are things to learn. Obviously, at some point you can like accidentally pick up their legacy and do their work for them. So, and they'll just retire. Well, I was Joker. I still have the skills if you need them. blah blah blah, right? And that's pretty cool. This is how I'll end this video. In a very serious note. If you know a creator that's struggling to create or whatever, and it's not like he's like turning into breeder anyways. It's not like, oh, I'm busy picking up girls or whatever. Or building a family. But they were really struggling to create and starting to like feel like not satisfied with their work or whatever. You can find those creators and you can tell them now that there's something higher to pursue in life. They need to educate themselves and maybe watch this video. So you need to help them out if you went this far and actually understand what I'm talking about. Because some creators wouldn't feel satisfied even when they achieved like very established rank of a creator. So, and they need more. They need higher, right? They realize that it doesn't satisfy them even though they grabbed a very good opportunity, right? It felt good for them, but it wasn't good enough. We're always capable of like tearing people up. There is, I guess, some consequence to that. Like, we sort of need to maintain the balance, but every single time we get an opportunity to tear someone up, we should inspire them to do so, right? Because they would be a lot more happier when they have all better resources that life can provide. That's the whole fucking point. Really. It's always gonna be better when the creator that you love is actually performing a lot better and from a higher perspective. It's almost like, yeah, I always wanted to make this ninja training a thing and promote a bunch of creators into this level and see what they would do at that point if they had this next level perspective. I don't know. It's just, yeah. Every single time I'll see a creator struggling, I might suggest them myself. So we'll see. I'll keep an eye out on those people. It starts to get almost annoying to discover these systems and patterns and all these things. Because like I'm super smart and I can't relate to anyone who's doing similar of anything like that. So this is now getting annoying and lonely even at this stage. I can't wait to get higher up if that actually helps. Obviously. But for now, I'm just gonna establish as a ninja, obviously. I'm gonna figure out where I am and what powers do I have and how it's gonna work out. My main goal again is like to go back to school and see what kind of impact I can make to the teachers and all these things. Maybe to my friends as well, but it's more of a cringier type of adventure. School is something that I feel like I can take over simply because, you know, this is very important teaching. And this might be the teaching that slowly the higher ups will realize, oh, this psychologically strengthens our students and it really motivates them to work harder. And, you know, it helps them like organize their work as well. because they know what they're doing, they know what to focus on, they know what's important in life, all these things. So I could possibly bring a lot of value and become this impressive little shit, and maybe it might satisfy me. So I have to try and see, because if you go up there and do become a star when you're not supposed to, it can be quite tricky actually to deal with popularity at that point, right? Every single tier you're dealing with something that you might not be able to handle as well. So we'll see. I don't think I need to finish the video though about that. But let's try, just for the sake of trying. So this is popularity. Ninjas get the skills. So they have to always maintain and handle the skills, and anyone who asks for to acquire those skills, they should be always willing and able to provide that resource. So if you feel like you're probably always capable of tearing down and be like, okay, I have to retire this work and rest in a lower tier. You can always do that. It's like if it's overwhelming and it's overly positive for you and you feel like you don't deserve it, obviously, this is still flexible shit. The fact that you go up doesn't mean that you just accidentally got the resource, right? Accidentally got the skills that you cannot share, or popularity that you cannot share or use rather. And then creators have this. It's also, but it's a very singular skill. So, okay, so what is that thing that breeders wouldn't be able to handle that creators have? Obviously, it's the control of urges. Sure. I think it's like the vulnerability. Breeders always want to like be this wholesome thing on the outside that you cannot poke fun out of. Just perfect. Everything they're doing is perfect. And it's hilarious. Basically, not having an opinion. So yeah, creators are supposed to have opinion. That's kind of fair, right? Skills is better than opinion, but opinion is pretty hard to handle and maintain, and like that's what a creation is. What leads a creation of an opinion? What do you think? And people would actually, what a weird word, would actually ask you your opinion. They would be curious. What do you think? They would actually look up to you as a creator of... As a creator, you are picking up trends and trying to reconstruct them into your like opinion. Not into your world necessarily, but how do you feel about it? And it's almost like that's important for other people as well, because they can follow you because you have lived through way more trauma than them. So that this whole thing came together. Congratulations everyone who can actually appreciate me for doing this fucking work for you, assholes. Jesus Christ. Make more games for next. I want more games. I subscribe because you made a game. Anyways, see you guys. Never. This is the last video. Because it's so good, it has to be the last. Ever. So of course, I'm leaving you with this. and find me somewhere else. Again, I'm gonna give this, obviously. You watched the whole video, congratulations. Never expires, no limit. Use it. Come here. Be rejected by me. Be blocked. Unfriended. But can say, nah, then you'll be able to say you've tried. And everyone will employ you, everyone will like you and watch your content if you do that. So congratulations. Anyways, that is the end of my YouTube adventure. I tried with Adventure Craft. I crafted my adventure. And now it turns out that's it. I'm too greedy. I have skills. You need those skills. Or you might think you don't need those skills until you realize that you do. You come up to me and I'll give those skills. Easy as that. I enjoy sharing skills. However, obviously I'm gonna punch you in the face for asking if you don't give me money, you know. It's just a simple thing. If you have some resource that you're not sharing with me, but you have more than I do, it's like, why should I give you skills? At least they let me punch you in the face then. Let me feel good about myself sharing something that I have, but you're not sharing something that you have. It's like, just, that's very simple rule, okay? You have to follow if you ask me of anything. Now, what can you possibly ask me? Is like, well, what kind of skills do you have? Because, like, what the fuck, right? You still have to establish yourself as ninja, a skillful person, right? It's like, have you watched my videos? Have you watched anything on my channel? Like, anything at all. It's filled with skills and shit. Obviously, it's not high production, but who fucking cares? This high production bullshit is what creators do. All I'm doing is presenting skill and like uncut videos and what exactly I am doing, how I'm performing in general, like really, without scripts, without nothing. Everything I'm doing is pure skill. So fuck you if you don't think that's good enough for you to learn, right? And to interact with and to get better at it. Because I can probably trash 80% of the population already anyways. I mean, come on. I don't want to be like... Yeah, I mean, I am one of those people who you don't have to pay to figure out how to get rich, right? You actually can just interact with me, and that works with every ninja, you know? You can just approach them. Just have to find them first. So congratulations, you're still watching the video. You found me. Wow. Great. Now what? You want them skills? I got it. Obviously, you know, I have to identify you and I have to figure out where you come from and what do you have to offer. Blah, 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 blah. And that's it. Then I'll just congratulate you when you graduate my school. Because you just went to one school, but school of schools, basically. Right? There's so many schools that you had to go through, so the system chose to establish it for you. It's like, just go to this school. Fuck it. I don't know, it's pretty cool what life is about. And you never really end school until you graduate exactly the thing that you want to graduate, and you pick up those skills and you employing yourself the best that you can, providing value to the world the best that you can, and bam, here you go. You're satisfied now, hopefully. Alright. That definitely satisfies me. I sent my message. Just in case, again, I'll sleep on it and see if I can release this video now. See you guys. Wow. Alright, so basically my friend comes along from a very, very long trip, technically. It's kind of interesting if things are settling down around me and I'm gonna have some weird adventures, seeing how other people are doing and maybe connecting to some degree to their success or failures in life. I don't know. I just kind of realize how difficult for people would be to accept who I am. Technically, it's like, oh, everyone is struggling, so of course you don't deserve to like get a higher level than we are. And it's like, what does that even mean? Well, it depends on where you're struggling. I mean, if you're struggling to find a job, it could be just the same fucking struggle as every breeder goes through. It's like, yeah, I want to have some kind of, give some kind of service, get some kind of money, and get a life. I am not concerned about these things. I'm concerned about a completely different level of things, right? Something that's even hard to share initially is like a very progressive hobby. The best I can describe it is psychology, but it's so much more than that, because you're building an understanding of reality itself and how to structure things, how to organize things, organize reality. And then you can actually focus on which goals you want to achieve. Like what do you actually want in life? You can actually weigh your dreams, understand that there are bigger things to aim for if you can actually handle that. So you, across these fields, you test yourself as well. That's the thing, right? I always felt a little superior against everyone around me growing up, just because I was involved in the game creation or trying to defeat boredom more than anyone else did, and sort of had more tools to do so. Everyone else just participated at that point. So it felt like I had been a creator for a long time, but it also feels like I have been neglecting what breeders do, and sometimes I wanted to relapse, so to speak, and experience that. But it's almost like you are not allowed, simply because you are missing some kind of pieces. It's something like I don't want to like attack a group of people, because there are probably good reasons why I can't, and why a lot of people cannot be creators or go up and up into superstar rating. I mean, holy shit. It's rare, but it's probably necessary for some people, is what I run this video about this whole time. It's like, it's pretty necessary. When you start saying I need popularity for some crazy ass reason, but it works, it is a necessity. You're trying to survive here, and for a good reason too. But it's like, all you need to do, and people get very smart very quickly of how to, test you up. It's gonna be quite a challenge. While you're just trying to figure out what you want in life, you have a little bit of time, right? But you will be tested eventually. And I mean, obviously, it's just so simple. Because if you just want to live, just life, just simple life, and you don't want anyone to bother you, that is still expensive. That is still insanely expensive. And honestly, I don't necessarily understand how any of this works yet. Whether it's fair or not. All of these things I have to weigh all together. And see if I can be comfortable with this, or I have to level up. Right? Because I haven't solved every mystery ever. I haven't tried and get comfortable with these problems yet. There's literally a list of things that I'm supposed to do as a ninja and test reality of how bad it is. Because it was bad enough for me to make this list. Now I'm level, I'm tier 2. I might be tier 1 if this list is really this long and bad as I thought it was. Right? Dating is proving to be pretty bad, especially now that I sort of know which level I'm supposed to look for. My options have decreased so significantly, and then I realizing that people don't talk to each other, so there's some kind of other thing going on, which is like pickup culture, right? You're trying to create something that the other person cannot reject, which is a situation in reality where they have to act quick, and you're trying to trick them into liking you and all these things, right? It all has to act quick, and you have to also know what kind of length of a relationship you're trying to pull off, because it's not going to be a long-term relationship. You're just trying to trick a person, right? And what you're hoping is that they will try and trick you back. Literally a trick and treat situation for the rest of your life. It's a weird thing. I don't understand how this works. You can start unpacking the fucking junk that dating is or became. It is not based on values. Obviously, it's just based on feelings. And basically, yeah, what I'm doing right now is like this super new age thing. So I know that I'm supposed to be on the top tier, because I know the future will like call for me or whatever. All these skills that I gather. But it's also important to understand, how am I fucking gonna survive now? And what kind of mentality I even supposed to have in order to be a star? It's absolutely insane. I have to equip myself with way too much knowledge at this point to be relevant, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. But I have this list that I'm climbing up. I can introduce myself to these concepts, but I also have to experience those concepts. And they unpack in way higher levels than I can just introduce, right? Alright, so... and there's probably gonna be more problems that I'm gonna find in between. No big deal, right? My friend also reminded me how terrible programmer's job actually is, and how terribly paid it is. And I know that everything is terribly paid and nobody fucking cares. In fact, Playwig, which I sort of trashed a little bit, it is well paid. Honestly, $50 a month, which you can squeeze into 100 if you're playing very constantly and just grinding all in, basically. Maybe you can win more with those when you figure out the system behind the special deals. or like special events that are constantly available. I want to double check and see if I can find $20 that I ordered. Fuck off. That is my Google account. What's wrong? Still, I actually asked for a quick checkout. It is possible that... Okay, let's see what happened here. Because express checkout, it should be 24 hours. For how it sounds like. Come on, man. I literally cannot sign in anymore. Pressing the buttons, like, doesn't do anything. I'm impressed. I mean, this is what you would expect for something like this not to work eventually. In any way. You put effort, they show you a bunch of ads, and it crashes. Ugh. This is insane. Yeah, I mean, we're literally just playing with money at this point. Playing with people's feelings and effort. And super scamming everything and anything you can think of. Whether it's lack of jobs, or jobs that are terribly difficult, or rents are high, or people are not very welcoming and closed-minded, whatever. Something is gonna happen that you just financially cannot stabilize yourself. And right now a lot of breeders are kind of struggling. Everyone is struggling, and it has been for a long time anyways. I mean, we have been at war for a long time anyways, simply because we are discovering new lands, discovering new things and technologies, and we're trying to sort of adapt, but at the same time there's going to be half of the people who just want to grab that new technology and scam everyone who gets near. And you just have this amazing division once again of some people trying to capture you for as long as it takes, and some people are not trying very hard, but they do a very genuine job, but they will fail anyways at that job. It's like, you want to be captured, but it's a total fucking failure. Even Hytale is a total fucking failure right now because it's not Minecraft. It's not released. I'm not excited about any updates. I don't fucking care, right? It's just don't feed me any updates, please, Hytale. Disappear and appear when you're ready. Just so stupid. And every game is like this. I'll come out when I'm ready. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to know. You already spoiled too much. You already broke my heart by saying that. Shut the fuck up. I don't want no trailers. I don't want nothing. It's either out and available or not. Out and available and everyone likes it. That's what it takes, because it's hard for me to buy things, okay? It's just hard. And I don't like making things easy for myself. That's the sad part. It's almost like, in some ways, you can understand how stupid I am and how lazy I am, because I'm literally not allowing myself to live an easy life. There are certain things, certain habits that I have that I can't allow myself, right? But one thing I can't allow myself to do is approach other people and maybe even ask for help and maybe try things that I sort of want to try, but I feel like people are close-minded about it. And so never, I never felt like I had an opportunity. And usually that means that you don't have an opportunity if you can't even feel it, right? If you cannot feel welcome that somebody else did it, you know, you can ask them at least, because you're at least just interested in the action of like, oh, I want to do the same thing. So that's something you can attach yourself to at least, but there's nothing. And you spend so much time in school learning things that really don't matter that much in life. And every high CEO or whatever, super smart people would definitely complain about school just as everyone else who want to forget school. I don't know. It is not good enough. It is not good enough. You don't need math. You don't need any of these skills. I mean, dear God, whatever you're trying to do, even programming, you don't need to go through school to learn actual programming. You need to just pick up life hack principles of how to view life, how to break through and find opportunities in life. That's all. That is all. And honestly, again, you live in an environment where you are with same age group, and they're gonna try the same things, and you want to be very well connected. And that should have been embraced in school. None of the most important things and principles are embraced. Of course, we have a psychological breakdown because we're forcing people to do something they're not supposed to do in the first place. They're not supposed to learn that. And I'll be very pissed off if I get an opportunity to come back at my school and rant about this, because of course it's a terrible idea. But it's still manifesting, and people are supporting it. And people think it's, you know, if we just dress up nice and we have nice events and it's like, it feels good, then it's all good and I don't have to get sledgehammered by a ninja, because that's gonna hurt. I don't have to use a sledgehammer because I'm a fucking ninja, right? I just use a ninja star and you're dead. Easy peasy. But it's something that would scare them. So it's something to consider, right? Scare tactic or just ninja star next to them into a wall, and they just turn their head. Oh shit, that's a ninja star right there. He has very good aim. They wouldn't understand that. You literally have to pick up the biggest weapon ever, and then they understand that they have to destroy me and my life. Literally nobody ever understands a threat anymore. The only threat you can do is like, the best thing I think you can do is competition, and very heavy competition. And you know you will be destroyed, but you're trying not to establish yourself, but to destroy the competition. Try to and create so much fear that they have to employ you, basically. And it's like, okay, oh wait, in order to have truce, all we have to do is just secretly employ you. That's fine. But at this point now you're entering some legal insanity. Literally anyone paying you because they like your service is illegal. You at least have to pay taxes, but no. You also need license to get paid most of the time, depending on what you're getting paid for, right? The government can come up with anything, so I have to find a perfect solution and perfect protection before I start even doing this thing. And we'll see. School is not on this list. Well, let's double check, because it's supposed to be on this list. I'll just put it here easily. School State of school. Normally, if you go through school, opportunities open up. And you sort of get a decent range of opportunities to work somewhere. But it used to be just, first of all, factories. The most recent one. The widest range of opportunities is factories. And maybe you want to be a teacher, maybe you want to be a government worker. So you get that opportunity. Slightly higher up. Great. You might want to run your own business, so you sell some things, you know. Rent a place and sell some things. Whether it's a restaurant, whether it's food related, whether it's some other obscure thing related, because besides food you literally can't sell much else. It's very interesting to explore this stuff. I mean, oh my god, it's so essential, and I'm still curious. Am I right? Damn, I'm still curious. How the fuck do I get out of this mess? Because I'm barely alive, anyways. Technically, I'm barely alive. Even though, yeah, there's some people who are willing to help, but it's like they're just not willing to help in terms of like, I'll fix the problem. They're just willing to like, okay, this makes me very uncomfortable. I think I should do something about it. That sort of help. I mean, it's stupid. It's just some breeder bullshit. Breeders are useless, basically. The only useful thing they do is like produce children, and you get to interact with their children and connect and make relationships. I mean, I don't know where pedophile thing comes from, but honestly, that's a good relationship that you can make if you stay away from illegal stuff. Just, you know, in school you can make great relationships even if you are a teacher. I mean, incredibly great. So that's a very good opportunity if you know what you want and what you can get. If you have figure out what the job is about, really about, like in a soul structure, and not just, what am I supposed to do in this job? How am I gonna get paid? Fuck that shit. Because you're not gonna get paid. Money can just evaporate at any point. People can stop believing in money at any point. Depending on what you want, right? Obviously, if you live in a breeder society, well, suddenly you don't have to worry too much, because things will change very slowly. The trends will come to you. But I have to make trends for myself, and I have to move places whenever I feel like, oh shit, that's a good opportunity. I have to. Just based on things that I know, I have to move to a place where money's different all of a sudden. And I have to readapt because I know too much. And maybe it's a scam and I'm supposed to die there. Because I know something that came out of some evil, literally put together thoughts, and I literally can't defend myself when I get there. I mean, life really has karma, consequences, very easily, and it really tells you like, oh, you did not pick the right choice right there, and beats you up very quickly. There's even like super fear. There's this super fear that I have, and super fear is the worst thing. The worst karma. It's almost not related to karma. It's like, not only everyone is trying to scam you, but deep down, you're being auto-scammed by demonic presence, basically. Just auto-scammed. nobody likes you. But if you're almost dead, might as well someone help you, or some weird coincidence will give you an opportunity to survive. I don't know. That's how it feels like a little bit. I don't want to play it out like that, but right now it's so weird. Yeah, I don't want to go into this mysticism, because mysticism is so difficult to justify. Maybe in a star level, you can actually start talking about mysticism, because people will share their actual opinions about it. I cannot actually talk about it, and I might have to shut up about it. I have to talk about skills and not necessarily a collection of opinion or like vague things that I cannot prove, right? I have to be able to prove things. I have to be able to like, wow, this is such a common opinion, such a common experience that this has to be a part of my like things that I believe in, right? Because whatever you believe as a star, that's the main thing that you produce, is the belief in certain things. So the ninjas take those beliefs and they scout what is so valuable about them, right? And test a lot of things. And creators test even more things, but in a more like eventful manner. They do, and more openly, right? Because now they're producing content with that, and then you have the consumers on the very end sharing your content, and that's the pyramid. That's the tier list. Hopefully that is now cleared up. Yeah, super fair. Oh boy. And I can't even talk about it. God damn it. Because it could just be a made up thing, just create fear for yourself out of nowhere for no good reason whatsoever. And that's certainly something breeders cannot do for themselves. Breeders have to seek comfort because they're not going to get anything else better from life. Right? Comfort is the best thing that they can get in the first place. It's almost like reverse is also true, because like if this is the most important number, it's supposed to sit not just up here but down here too. So it's like reverse would also be true. Like if this is the most unstable number, you want stars to also be unstable and constantly switch places every 10 years or so. That is quite a scary thing to actually wrap your head around as well. It's like, wait, is reverse also true? What the fuck? Am I going backwards? All the way to a place where I'm gonna be burned to death? And right now I just had an opportunity to beat up a bunch of creators on YouTube by watching them and taking their content for free. And then I had a very calm and totally not burnt out childhood at all. I mean, god damn it. I hate when everything is true. Whatever I say is true at this point. It's like I can convince myself of everything and anything. So can I actually go back? Because usually one thing wins over eventually, and this is how I find the ultimate truth. Is like something feels way more truth than the other thing. So can I actually... This feels very nice because, but I already established it so difficult, so with so much content, right? It's like PewDiePie is here, and PewDiePie is way more popular than Kripparrian, but I put Kripparrian in the same position. He's just not as popular, but he's holding on to something very, very valuable. And he may not even know that yet, but I really appreciate that. And I know he's gonna be holding on for it for a long time because he's so fucking consistent, and it seems like something he can hold on to. Honestly. And in this case, Jokers have so much freedom, they have so much money, they don't have to worry about some of the basic issues. So they have a lot of control right now. Back in the day, maybe they would have to burn themselves up or whatever, and it wouldn't be just cool to be in power. You still have to worry about what's going on in the world and where you're at, and you don't really have a technology even to be comfortable. Even when you have all this gold, someone is hunting you down. I mean, it is a progression as well of how long you can actually live in the first place, how long you can enjoy life. Alright, so if we go tears down all the way from the very beginning, why is it still controlled by fire right now? Again, it's all based on trading, so right now social media is pretty high tier as well thing, which is social media haven't even started. It started like popping up, like, okay, Vine just popped and everyone just moved to YouTube, so everyone is trying to figure out now where to grow. I think once I find a position where I'm comfortable at, that's when the new age can actually start. And honestly, right now, as the biggest thing pops, technically it becomes the start of something, of a new age completely. And you can now blame YouTube for starting this social media age, a completely different social media age where you have to figure out where the fuck you even belong, because you don't belong on this huge platform. We just basically trusted a huge platform to do things for us, but it's not the solution of what social media is going to look like at all. We just put a lot of effort into big platforms because it allows us to communicate with each other and maybe consume some random content and ideas, but it's mostly for everyone is here, everyone is sharing their profiles. It's easy to get a grasp of what's going on in that person's life, and sort of we agreed to put up some information, enough information for that to happen, right? To learn what kind of person you are, and that's it. You know, it's a bit too basic because it haven't been used. Like, social media haven't even been used. You think it's like a new super cool thing that has been like super popular, but I don't think it has been even used. And most importantly, it's supposed to have this commercial purpose, right? And with new cryptocurrencies coming in, you have a completely different way of rewarding people for their activity, and it's very, very tough to actually pinpoint how it all supposed to work at this point. But social media is going to change and is going to be the new age thing where breeders, people on the bottom, will feel that they are in control of their profiles and they can actually put up some pretty good stuff, compile some pretty good stuff. Even if they're not creators, they can be very comfortable when they get approached by, higher ups, and at least impress them for a certain amount of time. And that's what you want to achieve in life, really, as a breeder. Be impressive for as long as it takes, hopefully maybe an entire day a week. And that's a pretty good deal. Day, week, from day to a week. And then it's good enough time period where you can establish just tiny friendship, and when you need some help, you know, they won't look down on you. They will help. So that's what you do. Right now, breeders are kind of in this fire mode where they have to physically find places and find people. They have to physically do that, and technology will allow us to do that through our profiles. Through I don't know if I can trust Instagram. Like, there has to be something very solid here. And technically, that's another problem. Technically, that's not gonna even work. But I'm not sure. I'm literally not sure what's gonna happen next at this point. Because again, we haven't actually used any of these platforms. Like, it's kind of weird saying that about YouTube, because what the fuck is happening, right? People have been earning crazy amount of money and establishing themselves, as if they haven't used the platform. And now we're talking about creators, sadly. That's a higher level right now. And technically, yes, YouTube isn't exactly tailored for social media usage, as it's actually product promotion stuff. It's still just that. In the core essence, and people are should start to figure this out, this is product promotion. Useless things. People talk about each other all day, or some weird shit that's outside of the scope of talking about each other, or about some, you know, trying to make basic comedy, whatever that might be. It's just copy pasta everywhere. But there's always that stupid intent to put that advertisement in there and actually make it work. And YouTubers are getting better and better at this. So that's what's going on. There's nothing really special about this. There's nothing really social at all. It's actually quite antisocial, because being social right now currently would actually be bad for you. People are not talking to each other. Not at all. They're trying to get connections. They're trying to sell you things. And when you get higher up, PewDiePie can actually like express his opinion about certain things and establish like this fake news media, but not exactly fake news media, because everyone likes his, opinion. That's pretty cool. He can speak for himself and not get in trouble for it necessarily. I mean, that's pretty good. Good opportunity. And that's the control stage. You sort of have to do this. You sort of have to address every little new thing that's happening. That's what you're there for. Share your life as best as you can every day, bro. That's the Joker's need, because every single time they're paying, they have to give skill. They have to share their skills as best as they can. They have to respect everyone who wants their skills, otherwise they're gonna be disqualified from being a fucking ninja. Now, can you discriminate certain people? No. You can only discriminate people based on the skill level that you're at, right? So if you have a high skill level, some people will just not be able to pick up that skill in the first place. So you're trying to detect that very quickly, whether that person is going to be able to pick up that skill. and how much it is worth doing it, and what kind of relationship you can build up with that person. And you have to understand that the moment you are too busy, you might just accidentally get disqualified as well. So it's very hard to make friends as well. It's a very, very tricky stage because everything goes very fast. All the interactions very fast. It's even faster than being a businessman and selling things to people. This thing that's going on, you might never see that other person ever again, and you just fail to give him the skill that you needed to give. And holy shit, I feel like I failed. Even if my old friend just came in, I started talking about nonsense, seemingly nonsense. Because I failed to do that, I just became a normalized version for him. Yeah, a disappointment sort of. But I'm still not comfortable, right? I'm still not at that full speed when I can hold on to myself and be like, I have enough ego to like support this idea and attack people for not respecting me, because that's what's up. That's honestly what's up. If people don't respect what you're doing and you respect yourself very, very much, now it's wartime. Now you have to fucking show all the skills that you have and that you're very confident with those skills, and they don't necessarily have to pay you or give you popularity, none of that shit. It's just skills that you're very confident in, and they allow you to view a world different way. Now, even that's a problematic fucking way to put it, because what the fuck am I doing here? Just viewing the world differently and not getting opportunities, nothing. I'm not getting anything out of this. What the fuck? Well, it's not exactly the case that I'm not getting anything. First of all, I have to entertain myself. I have to believe in what I'm doing. And I have to believe that I'm going forward, that I don't need friends. I have to survive in some very weird conditions in the first place and find sanity in my life. And just alone spending time with myself and not caring about certain problems that other people face is already like another urge level suppression that you can make. The more you can suppress urges, the less you're being controlled by the environment. That means you can just, go up, and no one is going to affect your life. No one is going to pull you down. No one has an effect on you because you have controlled the urges. To pick up something that is going to fail you in life. That's what a ninja is about dodging every single obstacle and every single thing. And you do not get rich, because getting rich is always going to be full of obstacles and full of tricks and traps, and you think that, oh, it's fucking easy, nothing is easy. Fuck you. The easiest things people pick up is gambling and hard work. Is that easy? No, it's not easy. I have found an easy way to survive, and I'm so fucking happy, and I'm so fucking like teared up, second tear, but it's almost, I should cry about it, honestly. Amazing. This is amazing. This video is amazing. People should respect me. Respect me. That should be the name of the video. Yeah. Leaving YouTube is it's like there's no problem. Yeah, I can upload videos. Of course there is a problem, because there's a culture. Where there is a culture, there are these invisible problems that you can ignore, but no. People will come with pitchforks because it's their culture to do so. It's like, fuck that shit. I'm leaving because I know what's gonna happen if I do become popular. If I do actually aim for tier 1, I have to be popular in a place where I can actually handle that shit. And right now, it's not about that at all. Maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, maybe even longer, I have to actually get a grip on what the fuck I am discovering in the first place right now. Being a joker. I have no idea what are aces doing if they're very, very young, for example. How the fuck it works. There's a lot of tricky things about the system in the first place. That's gonna be interesting to figure out, I guess. So, I'm pausing again, just in case I have some other thoughts. This is pretty nice, though. This is very satisfying. And again, there doesn't seem to be immediate return on leveling up, tearing up. Even becoming popular, I mean, people who have half the brain would understand that popularity isn't like something you can really be happy about. It's something that you have to use properly in order to be happy about. That's the whole fucking thing. That's the whole fucking trick. Oh, you're tearing up, now you have a huge responsibility. Oh, you want my respect, you have a huge responsibility. Every single time it gets very difficult, but because you have lived through difficult life situations, you know what to do. And that's it. That's the bottom line, basically. What ninjas get is incredible comfort, higher than breeders would get. It's an incredible comfort, incredible carelessness of things that don't really matter, incredible care for things that do matter. And when people approach you, you have those ninja stars, which is the list of things that they should help you fix and help you go through. And it's like, okay, now I'm dealing with dating. So, are you relevant in dating at all? Can you show me some tricks in that sense? Because, you know, that's the way you're getting rid of people. It's like, I'm fucking busy, actually. No, I'm not just sitting around and doing nothing. I'm actually, you know, fucking busy. Yeah, I'm happy that my friend came over because, like, it inspired, you know, that second part of the video. It's beautiful. And obviously, because of that, I will open up myself even more, because I feel so much value in here. And he completely missed it, you know. He wasn't able to even pick that topic out of me for me to actually fully explain what the fuck am I doing in the first place. It's a very long process as well, so it wasn't comfortable enough for me to do it. And at some point you can break down, as I did just now, that it's not exactly your fault. Just keep going. Don't give up. It's totally fine, right? It's totally fine to be a little bit disappointed. It's totally fine to just keep on going with that little failure in hand, which might not even be a failure in the first place, right? It's just an experience that you have to pick up and really appreciate it. It's really super easy. Life is super easy. You just have to appreciate experiences instead of like pick up a quantity of experience. Here's the thing about quantity and quality that I didn't mention. Quantity deteriorates, obviously, right? So all you have to do is protect old things that you've already collected. You have to protect your fucking collection. That's a thing that's outside of quantity and quality. It's quite outside. It doesn't even have a word. I'm trying to think of one. Protection. It's like a higher level quantity, because it's a quantity. It's a stacking, basically, of quantity. You're capable of stacking because you're protecting every layer of that, whatever you're quantifying. So you learn stacking, and again, I think quality doesn't exist. It's basically different tiers of quantity and different setups of quantity, because then you learn order, and then you learn like some higher order, I don't know, but basically something that will allow you to have even higher quantity and higher quantity, and that is what produces quality in the first place. You sort of need to learn more and more about quality in order to keep a higher quantity of things. So yeah, that's the main focus. So I think that's important to note. Quality doesn't exist. You just need to maintain higher quantity. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, the double one. Double arrow works. Alright, so again, I paused this. It's a very nice summary, I think, of how tier list works. Very important, first of all, to know what your life is about. Now, there's still some weird things, like, how do you understand that you have picked up enough skills and you have to become a ninja, right? Again, you will see that inside other creators, and like, they really want to do something in life that's higher level, and they picked up so many like little things, and they enjoy that to some degree, but they're not like as much engaged in the creative process. They want to be a little lazier, right? And that's what the only thing they have to justify is, like, I'm very, very smart. That's the only thing they have to justify. And then they can level up. If they cannot justify that they're very smart, and they can easily share knowledge, basically. That's all they have to do to become this next level where I am. Like, easily put together and share knowledge. I have went through all these experiences and blah blah blah. And some creators go through some incredible experiences that they have to, share properly. Like, again, like I'm doing, but like, share it. People pick up skill. You break down your character a little bit more in that sense. God damn it, I love PewDiePie's face lately, as he's like describing how many things he's hating on. I mean, oh my god, I can't relate to that so much right now. I'm a ninja, definitely now. Yeah. Oh, this is so ridiculous. Because you start listing things that you hate. It's like, start saying, oh, I will kind of take a break from YouTube, and all these things is like piling up, man. I love this. I hate Rewind, Twitter, YouTube sucks. Alright. And then me gusta face everywhere. Lately, it's perfect. I love when PewDiePie says, my videos are not that even good. Why are people watching these?
Nuts, dude. 4 billion just yet. How are people not that's fucking nuts, dude. 4 billion. Jesus. My videos aren't even good. How will people not realize this yet? Then they have...
That part is pretty amazing. Because for me, it's like a recognition that you might have popularity, but you don't want popularity, right? And there's some other kind of quality about your videos in the first place. And obviously, because it's a skill to upload every single day about something at all. It's a pretty gnarly skill, even though we kind of have to build that up, all the way up. And obviously my skill set also changes based on like availability to resources, right? So yeah, and he doesn't care about popularity and is kind of weirded out by that. So obviously, right, it links to the same thing, and I really like that little part. Okay, I see now. Again, it's like anytime you use money at all, weird shit start happening. You want to earn through Playwig? Well, you have to give them proof of the residency. Fuck me, man. What the fuck is this shit? I probably can find some better place where I can grind shit. At this point, I'm just so annoyed. Literally, just you can grind some kind of game and sell accounts or something. You can probably do that, but you probably can't, because Google always, anything that involves money, big businesses will try and shut down that activity. There's no free market. None. Zero. It's the most annoying thing ever. And now I have to work my way through to get the proof ready. What the fuck is this shit? They don't even provide me with where to fucking send that proof. Reply to this comment. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I have to attach some documents, basically, to prove my residency. There's nothing that proves my residency, by the way. I'm just at my mom's home, like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to send? Jesus Christ. Fuck my life. In this stupid ass world. Besides requiring proof, I mean, this is why government is gonna die so fucking fast. Because the proofing system and the police system, everything just replaced with a snap. Very, very quickly replaced. Now government is threatened by digital economy. That's very simple threat, but if that digital economy isn't providing any value, it's just, you know, it's just a replacement for money to some degree. But the moment all the verification processes, all the, you know, police processes, I don't know. There's so many things the government does, but it can be replaced with a snap, and we can all assemble that sort of same effort in solving the same problems and do it online, which is a whole new level. It's no longer a government because it's almost automated. It's almost like super fair, legit, and anyone can, you know, participate in that and find an escape. Because that's, see, this form of government would not be recognized by any government ever for a long time. So what we have to do is hide people's identity and legally do that, right? Somehow hide people from existing in the government if they want to escape and they want this new thing. But now, here comes the, hard part, which is I have to establish it first, or like find ways to do it. It shouldn't be that exactly difficult, because again, what the government does is very much paperwork based. Basically, it's just intimidation. It's just a lot of work that intimidates people to believe that it's all true, right? So you can intimidate people by threat of war, even. A lot of muddy history, basically. You can invent that. You can invent a lot of things which could have possibly been invented, and there could be incredibly huge conspiracies running. So this is my job right now. But again, I have a job. Fuck, climbing the tier list. Maybe I'll review it one more time and then that's it. Not the tier list, but the problem tier list. So I guess even before dating, I'm struggling with something completely different, right? I'm struggling with how do I verify that I'm a valuable human being, basically. So, value verification. What does it take? What is the easiest process? What do you do to get that, simple coin that should be available, because a lot of people are fucking rich. What the fuck are you guys doing? If I get trapped into a job for a few days or whatever to pay myself a verification, fine. Fuck that shit. But don't fucking treat me like trash that's not supposed to live. Right? Especially if I'm smart and I even recognize that this pathway even exists. I just want to add one more 3 so everything's still nice. 5s are a little bit edgy, so I try to say it's a thing of the past. But just like I've said, like black magic and basic violence, something that could haunt you as well. Black magic doesn't have to be necessarily like unexplainable, but you just don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean, basic violence belongs to men and magic belongs to women. So technically, you know what I'm talking about at this point. You know how dangerous that shit is. What women do as well. Black magic is literally, you can say, just gossip. But you don't know what's going on. It's all magic to you because, on your receiving end, you don't know what other people know anymore. You get left out, basically, and the world just, mocks you for whatever reason, and you can't understand what's going on. Why are people conspiring against you? And that's what it is. Anyways, so 3rd level is ignorance and passion and cultural things, right? So I have to run through those, and let's see, I'm interacting with a bunch of people now after level 4, and I have to deal with a lot of weird ideas that they have. So I'll figure out what is that, another one of those problems that people have in their lives, culturally, basically. Okay, I got something for you. This is probably the funniest thing I ever fucking seen for a while now. Alright. Brace yourselves. By the way, MatPat shaving his hair. Congratulations. Science, am I right? Am I right, guys? Science. I love it. I will make fun of that shit. 'Cause that ain't nice. Alright. But he had something very terrifying to say.
It's funny
about
that everyone's
YouTube.
like, oh, this year's was a Watch Mojo video. But it started as a Watch Mojo video. It's unbelievable to see in 10 years.
And he does the rainbow thing, basically. It all came back together.
How much this platform has grown and changed.
Hi.
That was the fucking funniest thing ever, right? It's almost like true, but it's like it started as a Watch Mojo video, it ended as a Watch Mojo video. And the biggest thing that actually changes his hair at this point. My god, what just happened to YouTube? All I want to do now is just see how they react to Rebecca Black and just... I should end this video by now, god damn it. Yes, everyone. Yes, that was my reaction as well. It's like, she hosts YouTube Rewind, what the hell? The celebrity shit is actually... I mean, come on, MatPat. Come on, man. You're a good creator. Let's applaud MatPat, everyone. You're a good creator. Keep up the good work. We definitely value your opinion. That's how it works. Now, what do I think about the celebrities running rewinds? 2018 best rewind ever. Nobody acknowledges it as such because they have the opportunity to hate it, right? Oh, people hate that, right? So now it's an opportunity to like hate that. Oh, there's something unfamiliar, there's something that we cannot relate to, so we just gonna fucking attack that, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's very difficult to actually understand what YouTube is trying to promote, because it's so fucking stupid. But at least they're trying, and as the most fun thing to watch ever. It's like, okay, you put Rock in there. You did something very stupid, now you have to justify yourself. I mean, this is the most fun thing ever. It's literally watching a kid scramble something together and be like, haha, haha. You just laugh at it. It's a kid. Don't attack YouTube officials, please. They're just retarded. You know how it works. Yeah. I am kind of disappointed that PewDiePie doesn't have an opinion when YouTube approached him with the new rewind, whatever. It's like, but what, you're desperately trying to be liked when you have no fucking idea what you're doing in the first place? The best thing YouTube can do is like create very, very weird style of art. Very weird style. Sort of created out of memes of the year. Something that doesn't want to explain itself. Something that tells its own story. And maybe tries to predict the next year. But just something incredibly weird. That doesn't necessarily promote anything or celebrate big YouTubers. That should just be thrown away immediately. Because what we captured in 2018 actually worked. Some people which are outside of YouTube, technically, doing, the YouTube Rewind. Technically that actually works, right? It's the people outside of YouTube that are supposed to do YouTube Rewind. That actually quite makes sense. I mean, there is some kind of bias when you sprinkle in those YouTubers. To be like, oh, did they celebrate this YouTuber then? But when you can relax that fucking attention and listen through a story, 2018 was so good. It was right on track. It just was very explicit, right? It was random enough to where like people were like super confused and didn't know what the fuck. Every new thing is gonna be disliked most of the time as well. Just like with Rebecca Black. I mean, it's new, it's inexperienced. We don't know what to expect. They don't know what to do. We're gonna meet in the middle eventually, but now YouTube just gave up, and it's like, wait, we have beaten up YouTube? No, we didn't. We just didn't like it. That doesn't mean that we didn't engage with it. And YouTube doesn't know how to treat statistics and doesn't know psychology? Oh my god. For me, that's like, YouTube sucks. To a very, very deep level. Huh. Who would have thought? I would love if YouTube did 180 degrees. And instead of like putting their nose down and like, okay, it's what you like now. Being these big guys is like, now I'll show you what you like. You better like this video, you piece of shit. You being so rude, YouTube. But I like your video now. Good. Very good. It's so weird that most of the reactions, it's like, oh, I actually like 2019's Rewind. I don't understand that. It's back to fucking ancient times. It's back all the way. Top 3 worst rewinds. 2019. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't want to rewind it just because it might had video games and PewDiePie 2 times. Wow. That's amazing. You know what? It also had T-Series in there when it shouldn't have been in there. PewDiePie should have been 3 times. He made a music video. And it literally should have done exactly that. Like, kick out T-Series. I guess that's a literally not Ultra Spice right now of that video, of that rewind. But it has nothing. It has nothing to talk about. And that is probably pretty bad, because we will not appreciate the year. There's nothing to appreciate. It's like, oh, it's the most liked videos. But it's not necessarily a trend. I mean, it's very hard to capture trends, but it's not impossible. Yeah. So yeah, 180 degrees, and YouTube sort of embraces what they just did in 2018. It's what I want right now. And they're like very, very viciously putting up a very random message to everyone. That's very difficult to actually decode and deconstruct, but it's again made out of people who you wouldn't expect are associated with YouTube. And that's kind of like the cool part of it, right? And yeah, they go through a story, they go through trends, they try to figure out maybe how those trends are connected. But there's probably no like super talking, because that's kind of annoying. It's all supposed to be like super, a collection of good vibes that are attempted. I don't know. attempted to create by these new associates. I don't know. Also, obviously YouTubers are supposed to be a part of YouTube Rewind, and maybe they can just harvest feedback, and that's it. Harvest the mood that they have about the year, and that's all they need, really. They don't need the actual YouTubers, whether they're doing well or not. It's nice to see them in a way, but it's all about what was the year about. And you can't just hijack a year to yourself anymore. That's kind of the selfish thing. I mean, the Rebecca Black is like the most selfish fucking thing you can ever imagine. It's like, I got this year, haha. And it's so cringe to me, because even though she fucking failed miserably, she failed in such a big way, she just hijacked a year. That's insane. That's like 9/11 terms of insane. Okay? It's that fucking insane. We literally created another 9/11 10 years down the road. And now we have to remember it that way. That someone just stole a fucking year. You better give it back. You stole my Friday, you stole my year, and then you stole my heart too. You son of a bitch. So yeah, MatPat wants to see the script, but what I want, so the best way that you can put YouTube Rewind is just harvest the best ideas. Even it doesn't even have to be the mood of the year necessarily, but it's like, take those best YouTubers and harvest their best ideas. You can have them in the end of the video just smiling to the camera. I don't know. It wouldn't be cool. None of that would be cool. Because it's a very fragile thing, YouTube Rewind. You don't want to actually involve people, because it's supposed to be like artistic, right? But you can definitely involve their ideas and whatever they have best to offer, right, from that year. All the relevant YouTubers, and you can just in the very, very end, you can just show what kind of feedback they gave you and how you constructed this art piece that should last for at least 10 minutes. And I think this year's YouTube Rewind was 4 minutes. Five. Okay. I'm so wrong. Oh my god. And 2018 is double as long, and like, well, actually not double as long. God damn it.
Rewind?
Here comes the last words. 3-hour mark. What am I gonna say? I'm so nervous. See, Gus Johnson gives the same idea. It's like, I want to be controlled in my part of the production, right? That's it. It's like, do I want to be in it? I don't know. All these things, I think I'm nailing it. Because these different creators have different memes that they're attached to, and different trends that they went through, and they want to appreciate it, and maybe appreciate it in a slight twist as well. Most importantly, I think 2019 allows us to talk about what YouTube Rewind is supposed to be about. At this point, now that they played it safe, we're just forced to talk about this. If we want to revive literally a thing that just tried to kill itself, right? But if YouTube continues a dead rewind right now, I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna come back to the platform and review it of how bad it is. Just that's how bad it's gonna be, you know. Don't do it, YouTube. Don't make me review your stupid content. Technically, what just happened, this is YouTube's Rewind, everyone. This video, right here. It's like, you can go watch past the dialogue and whatever, but this is the raw version, right? Because it's people giving opinion about the most important part of the year, technically. And everything just collapsed into that one point of like, wait, the most important part of the year should be a lot more important and a lot more smarter. These girls are talking about, oh, YouTube needs to let people understand that YouTubers have a voice or whatever, and they have to be heard or whatever.
Do have good opinions, and they do have a voice,
Good
and that we
opinions,
need to
right.
be heard
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
I literally just talked about it. Creators have very good opinions of things, sure. And that's what they should compile together. It's very simple. But, because we're talking about creators here, it's the next tier that should actually design the YouTube Rewind. Some random ass ninja. Am I right? Am I right, ninja? Am I right? That's how it works, everyone. Ninjas. Driving them planes, and it's like, I hear some jumping music. That means 2018 is gonna flop. I don't know. Maybe we can create a super meme out of 2018, like Super Story, like Ninja Controls Rewind. Fuck yeah! Like back in the day, Ryan Higa would be the one doing it. Actually, right now, this is a perfect time for me to create YouTube Rewind 2019. After all, what the fuck am I even why am I even doing this video? YouTube Rewind is what I'm supposed to do right now. This is awesome. Okay, yeah, why the fuck do I have to talk about it when I can just show you guys? Obviously, it's gonna be same format. Me talking to you and maybe showing clips of something. Congratulations. I can't stretch myself too much, but I can definitely give you guys the idea of what YouTube Rewind should have been like. Okay, I'll take the bait. It's always the bait, honestly. It's like, who can make the best rewind? I'll do it. I wanted to make Sunday. I might do a part of it. I don't. Man, this is an opportunity right here. Is this Sunday now? Also, if I get the top 10 comment on Mr. Beast video, because I'm ready to click them buttons right now, guys. For $1,000, I'll try. Look at how fast I am. Wait, how do you page down, right? Page down helps. So I wanna find the comment section. So one page down button. See? Very quickly. Page down, page down. Go to video.
Hey guy, welcome.
No, page down. Comment. When you press comment. Okay, so random video. Page down. And then comment. A number, let's see. A 9.
Hey guys, so
And page down.
I'm not even gonna say internet.
It loads! No, it loads! My internet speed will destroy me. No, Mr. Beast, what have you done? Son of a beast. Anyways, let's do it. Let's do one artistic thing this year. We can do this, can I? Yeah. Funny. I will have nothing to say in that YouTube Rewind. But I have to translate what everyone else is saying and compile the opinions. That's the whole fucking point. It's amazing, actually. Okay, I'll do it. See you guys then. It's gonna be a short video. It's actually gonna be a watchable video. See you guys then. And thank you guys for watching. I mean, it was a good year. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good year. I recognize now my identity is higher than a creator's identity. And there's one step forward to go. So let's keep up the good work, because I'll need that if I want an actually good life, because I'm still not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. I'm not respected enough. None of that shit. People don't even recognize my skill. That means something is missing, right? And if that something is popularity, you guys are screwed. That's what I'm gonna say. You guys motherfucking screwed right now. If what I'm missing is popularity, you people are screwed. Because I know how to use it. I definitely know that much. The biggest brand ever. Because I want Skyrim 2. Fuck this shit.